Max lost today, guys. I wouldn't even mind, but this one was my fault. So we'll go over it in the video. It was actually my last trade, so you're gonna have to watch the rest of the video to get to the part where I really messed up. But in any case, let's go over my other trades. I'm a little upset about it, as you can see. All right, my first one was a trade on AMPG. It was a bull flag pullback. Pretty standard stuff, but and I saw some price hesitation and got out. So my price dropped a little bit, tried to get out of break even. It went green. I saw a little price hesitation and then I got out. Pretty standard small scalp trade. Okay, trade number 2, JUNS, also a bull flag pullback. Pretty much a false breakout and rejected. And I got out with minimal damage, $2.68. So I was red on the day, but really not a big deal. All right, POET. This was a micro pullback, I think. I watched the live stream. I thought I saw a micro pullback. It did dip briefly. I got in. The price dropped right away. And I got a full stop exit. There's a little slippage. Got it a little bit below my stop. Again, annoying. I had to take a 30-minute timeout because I had 2 red trades in a row. So at this point, I'm a little annoyed because I'm in timeout. Okay. Then MWC pops up. And I took a couple of good trades on this. The first one was a break over whole half dollar. And I thought it was going to break over 10. It did, but then it pulled back. Now, this is where I started to get dumb. Okay. I wrote it out through the pullback and I sold as soon as it got green, but it went past my stop. But I really did think that it was going to, I really did think it was going to come back. But, if you look here, make this yellow. If you look here, this one was below VWAP. You know, and I'm not trading with my indicators on right now because I'm trying to learn tape reading. But if my indicators had been on, I wouldn't have taken this trade. Okay, this was going for recovery of VWAP, which it did. I think one of my viewers did say it was below VWAP. All right, but I somehow miraculously got out green on that. And I kept saying on the live stream, like, this was stupid. I shouldn't have taken this trade. And I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. It was, well, no, it's not that I shouldn't have taken the trade. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. I shouldn't have let it go through my stop. I should have just sold. I know I would have been red again, and then I would have been, the problem is that I was thinking if I was red again, I was going to be locked out for the day. And you know what? That would have been fantastic because that would have saved me $250. So I should have stopped out. That was a terrible exit. All right. Second MWC trade, which was my 5th trade of the day, Flat Top Breakout. This one I felt pretty good about. This one I felt good about. And of course, I didn't know it because I didn't have the indicators on there at the time, but this apparently was breaking VWAP. Right about breaking VWAP. So I think that was a good trade. And I got 26 cents a share. I hit my target, so I got out. I mean, I could have ridden it up further for sure. I got out way too early. And this is something that I am battling. All right. This whole thing where I sell my winners quickly and hold on to my winners too long. But I knew that I had made a stupid trade previously. So when I saw my target, I got out. All right, sixth trade. Sixth trade was a bull flag pullback. Okay. Now, again, this was above VWAP apparently. It was a bull flag pullback. This worked out great. I pulled back, I got in, I got right out. I saw my target, so I got out. This was great. I was, happy with that. Now at this point, I think I was up 50 bucks. I was so happy. This is where the story takes a darker turn. Okay, so I've been practicing opening range breakouts with 1 to 10 shares. And today I decided, I guess I had some confidence because I was up 50 bucks and I thought I will trade my full share size. So I'm actually going to switch to Think or Swim so you can see what it looks like on Think or Swim chart. Okay, so here I was going to practice my 5-minute, 10-minute, and 5-minute, 15-minute, and 30-minute opening range breakouts. Never got to the other ones because I hit my max loss right out of the gate. And so, I established the opening range, the 5-minute opening range. I waited until I saw a confirmation. I was actually trading off the 5-minute chart, so let me do that. I think I was trading off the 5-minute chart. Yes. So it broke above the range. I waited for one candle to confirm above, and then I got in here at 361, like right about here. It popped up and then it rejected. Now, this is where I royally messed up because I had decided that I was going to use the bottom of the opening range as my stop, which is apparently the traditional place that it should be. Earlier in the week, I had had a much tighter stop right below the top of the range, and that would have got me out at $12.75. I would have had a 50 cents a share loss, like a $50 loss. Now, sometimes the stop is at the middle of the range and sometimes it's at the bottom. I had decided that I was going to, be brave and go for the bottom. What I didn't do before I got in the trade is calculate. I decided where my stop was, but what I didn't realize is that the stop was already way above my max daily loss. I was taking on just way too much risk. I mean, that's it. I didn't understand the trade that I was taking. Now, of course, after this trade, I was upset. I was emotional. I'm like, is the opening range breakout for me? I'm not sure it is for me because honestly, at first, it seemed like a really easy setup. And as I did it more and more, I started to get more and more confused about it. So I'm not sure it's the setup for me. I felt like I was taking on a lot of risk. I think I said this yesterday in my recap when I took 1 or 2 opening range breakouts. Yesterday, I feel like the risk is really big in this setup. And especially if your stop is at the bottom of the range and you haven't calculated that amount before you get in, and then you're taking on more risk than your daily max loss. That is just plain stupidity. So, am I upset about the loss? Absolutely. I hate losing money. I hate losing. And I know I need to become a better loser to be a good trader, but I really, really hate making a stupid decision more than losing money. Because if I make only good decisions, I will lose money sometimes. If I make bad decisions, okay, I made a bad decision earlier to ride out a pullback, and I just got lucky. So sometimes you can make a good decision and have a bad result. Sometimes you can make a bad decision and have a good result. But chances are, if you make a bad decision, more often than not, you're going to get a bad result. So I'm more mad at myself for the bad decisions that I made today than the loss. I mean, in the long run, I feel like I'm going to look back on this in 3 months, 6 months and be like, oh, I mean, I lost way more money than this in April, like way more. But I'm mad at myself because I didn't understand the trade that I was getting into. And I think that is the big lesson today. I made two poor decisions, which is increasing my chances of failure exponentially, right? So, I don't know. I'm a little soured off of the opening range breakout now after I know that yesterday I risked such a small amount on one share, but I had the same experience where I felt like I was having an outsized loss. And then today I attempted it with my full share size and I had an absolute bloodbath on my hands. So I'm not sure this is the setup for me. I did well with my other setups today. And overall, I feel like I'm getting better and better at my bread and butter setups. The other thing I don't like about the opening range breakout that this week has made very apparent to me, and of course, I'm sure I could change my mind in 3 weeks and be like, the opening range breakout is the best thing ever. But one thing that I don't like is that I feel like I don't understand why the price is going to keep going up after the opening range breakout. Like the trend, right? It's like it's sustaining a trend, but like hear me out for a second. The bull flag pullback makes so much sense. It's like, okay, the price is going up. Some people are taking profit, but the price is going to continue going up because people are going to see the price pull back a little and they're going to see an opportunity to get in lower and break and for it to break out. But for the opening range breakout, something's not clicking for me. And I felt that yesterday. I was so mad about my losses on the opening range breakout, even though it was about 1% of what I lost today, or maybe 10%. I don't know. It was just a much smaller amount. So I don't like the amount of risk on the opening range breakout at all. And I'm mad that I did it. And I think that often trading is just setting limits with yourself. And however, aside from that, I feel good about my tape reading. I feel good about temporarily pulling the indicators off my chart. I feel like I'm starting to get a better sense of price action and what's happening on the tape and what's happening on the level too. So I'm going to continue that for the rest of the week. And this is honestly just an experiment to help me get better at the fundamentals. However, like if we put VWAP on here, so 4 of my 7 trades were this stock, MWC. Okay, so if I edit, I don't like having the upper and lower band for VWAP. I don't use that, so to me it's kind of like nonsensical, but I don't know if anyone uses that. I don't like to use that. So I'm going to take that off, but I want to see where my trades were relative to VWAP. Okay, so my first trade below VWAP. My second trade, break of VWAP. My third trade, wait, 1, 2, I'm kind of losing track here. Let's take a look. Trade 1 below VWAP. Trade 2 below VWAP. Trade 3 over VWAP. Trade 4 well over VWAP. So it wouldn't have really saved me. My good trades were, I had 3 good trades that I entered. Well, 2 of them I entered below VWAP and 1 I entered above. So VWAP wouldn't have really saved me today as far as MWC. So I don't know if that really would have helped me. Anyway, any feedback that you have on opening range breakouts would be very much appreciated, because I'm about to throw in the towel on it and just go back to my regular setups and throw it in the trash. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Let's do it again. This was so fun. Let's do it again. Let's do this tomorrow, and I'm gonna keep stabbing away at it, and I'll see you then. Trade smart, guys.